All right, welcome back to the garage. Today I want to talk about what I think is one of the most iconic mid-year Corvettes ever made, and maybe one of the most iconic Corvettes ever made, and that's the 1967 Corvette. This particular car is a convertible. Of course, they made coupes. They made a lot more convertibles, almost 2-to-1 convertibles to coupe again in 1967. But this car is the last year of the C2 production. And I think it's just a great car and a very sought after car for a lot of different reasons. I think because it is the last year of the C2 in this particular body style, which a lot of people liked. Also, it's the kind of introduction to the big block 427 engines that started in 1967. So a lot of people are really huge fans of the big block engine. And so we'll take a look at this car and see some things that changed in 1967. But maybe one of the best places to start is to talk about this great engine in this car and go through the various engine options that were offered in 1967. So let's take a look at kind of the heart of this beautiful car. All right, when you look at the engine, one way to tell immediately that this is a big block car is by the Stinger hood. The Stinger hood first came out with big block that was introduced in 1967 with the 427. This is a black Stinger hood, which goes great with the marina blue color of the car. Marina blue was the second most popular color in 1967, with I think Greenwood green being the most popular color that year, but I really like the marina blue. So let's take a look at this 427 big block engine in here. In 1967, there were a number of engine options you could have chosen. You could have gone with the 327 small block, 350 horsepower, 427 390 horsepower engine, which is basically this same engine. This is a 400 horsepower tri-power, which means it's got three two-barrel carburetors in it. First year Corvette ever offered the tri-power carburation. So they offered this on this particular car, which gave it 10 more horsepower than the 427 390 horsepower car. And they also offered it on the 435 horsepower car, the L71. Now in this particular engine, they only made 2,101 of the 400 horsepower engines, so there's not a lot of those out there. Then the last engine option in 1967 was the famous L88. They only made 20 of those, so you can imagine how expensive and difficult those are to find today if you happen to have an L88 car, and those go for hundreds of thousands of dollars at the auctions these days. So I just love this car and the engine's been totally rebuilt recently, so everything in the engine's brand new, original engine block, matching engine numbers. At least one of the three carburetors is original. Two of them have been replaced. Original transmission in the car and original rear end in this particular car. So it is a great car to own, a great car to have in the garage, and a fun car to drive now that the engine has been completely rebuilt. So let's take a look at some of the features in 1967 that changed from the previous year with the 66 Corvettes. As I mentioned, the exterior is marina blue, just I think a lovely color. It's a bright blue interior. Some of the things that did change is this was the first year that Corvette ever put the emergency brake between the seats. And that became a standard feature of Corvettes, and that remained at least all the way through the C6s. I don't remember if they did that in the C7s. I'm not sure they did. The grab bar disappeared that used to be up here, so that's the first year that that's gone. Not a lot of other changes in terms of the dash or the cockpit of the car. One thing that changed in the rear of the car is the backup lights used to be in the two inner tail lights. Now they put it above the license plate. A lot of folks don't particularly like it above the license plate, but it is much brighter and works much more functionally. Another thing that changed, this was the first year in 67 because of safety reasons and US regulations, they got rid of the knockoff wheels and went with what they call the rally wheels, which I think is still a good looking wheel for the car. This particular car has factory installed side exhaust, so the car does sound great. And again, as I said before, it certainly runs great. So I just think it's a beautiful car. This car is a highly recognized and rewarded car. If we come over here to the wall, you'll see some of the things that kind of prove that out. I do have the tank sticker for the car. I also have the POP or owner's protective plan. That's in the original warranty book that came with this car. This car has been top flighted at least twice. It's also a Bloomington Gold car, Triple Crown, and Spinner Awards. It's won about every award that a Corvette can win. I've also had the trim tag and the cylinder case verified as being authentic by the folks at CCAS that do a great job. So all of these things simply add value to the car and to the authenticity of the particular car. And so when you're looking for an older car, these are the kind of things you'd love to see that help drive the value of the car and just prove the originality of the car. So hope you've enjoyed taking a quick look at this beautiful 67. And if you ever get a chance to drive the big block, I think you would enjoy doing so. And so thanks for joining me today, and we'll take a look at another car in the near future.